Damon Albarn.
There you go.
Jamie Hewlett, welcome.
It's Hewlett, actually.
You're just missing you're missing the R, which is interesting. It's interesting because the original name is a Spanish name.
Okay.
My ancestors, probably on my father's side, came over on the Armada and assimilated by putting an R. They were Alban. If you look, it's very common name.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, well, listen, it's great to have you guys here. You were eating cake. Do you guys normally have cake when you're out and about? It's just a standard
day.
thing
I
for
have someone who
Gorillaz?
carries it behind me, so at a whim, I can call on a cake.
Yeah, cake's on a healthy day.
They did arrive on a sedan chair, so it's just how you guys travel. But exciting times for Gorillaz. New album out in March, massive tour.
No, it's actually out earlier than that.
I'm doing quite well here.
No. It's
that's
changed.
new information.
It just seemed like an impossible length of time from finishing it, which was in May last year.
Okay. So you brought it forward a little bit.
But we're trying to put it all the time. I mean, personally, I would like to always release music as the day after.
He has to wait for me, and it's my fault because it takes so long to make animated videos. Yada yada yada.
Is Jamie slowing things down?
Yeah.
Dame?
No, James not slowing anything down, but this time we decided to do one beautiful long form piece of animation would be the thing to do, and it's all hand drawn, and it's going to be absolutely amazing, but it just takes
time.
Takes a lot of man hours.
So when you first started this, did you ever think you'd be going this strong for this long? Gorillaz?
Strong for long. Oh, that's the way of putting it.
I sometimes ask myself that in the morning.
I get asked that question a lot, but I don't imagine anything 25 years in the future, or even 5. I think we did the first album because we wanted to do it, and we had this idea that I've told the story a million times, I'm not going to tell it again, but the idea of manufacturing a band seemed to be, well, why were so many manufactured bands so terrible when the whole concept of manufacturing something is that you can do whatever you want?
I don't think it was that they were terrible. I think it was just this sort
No, we're talking Stock Aitken and Waterman sort of period, coming out
the cynicism
the aftermath of all that.
The cynicism of it felt like it was really important to say something about that, you know. But we kind of inadvertently were right at the vanguard of a whole of the brave new world, in the sense that avatars and the internet and everything. We were, just by virtue of when we kind of hung out together, we kind of seized that day.
Yeah, it seems to fit better now than it did 25 years ago, because it was a push 25 years ago, because, getting on a magazine cover with animated characters or interviewing animated characters, people were like, we don't want to do that, we want to talk to him, we're not into this. And now it's just so perfect because this is exactly what people want. So yeah, we were early, and now it makes sense.
Well, I mean, you're going to be playing your biggest ever UK date at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Damon, you're a devout Chelsea fan. How do you feel about
it's not the Tottenham, it's a stadium in North London.
Yeah. But it's not Tottenham's.
Apparently a team from North London play there.
You're refusing to recognise.
No. Look, I recognise everyone. I'm just saying, I'm personally just playing a venue in North London that is stadium size.
Okay, and you won't be taking holy water or anything like that with you.
Stink bomb for for the dressing rooms.
The
stink bombs. Do they even sell stink bombs anymore?
I mean, there's still a thing, aren't
there? There are still joke shops.
I used to love joke shops.
Stink bombs. I remember stink bombs. That smell. Has everyone in this room smelled a stink bomb? Okay, so I'm not that out of touch.
Good old hand buzzer and some Dracula teeth. So new single.
The hand buzzer.
They were great.
Spilled tea buzzer.
Sorry about that.
He got excited about the hand buzzer.
Yeah, I know. No, I just remembered why. Oh my goodness!
Brilliant fun. What an icebreaker.
A tea towel.
Has anyone got a tea towel or a?
I've just made a mess on your very new
shiny desk.
German
it's fine.
Desk.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, let's talk about the new single whilst you're getting dried down there a second, Damon. So the God of Lying, fantastic. You've had the Happy Dictator, the Manifesto. Do you feel like it's the kind of perfect soundtrack to? There's kind of a lot of political unease at the moment.
Yeah, it was obviously. It was conceived and kind of embraces a lot of aspects of our adventures in India. Contains a strong element of that existential crisis that
which is unavoidable,
no matter where you go. Permanently kind of sort of navigating the fog of one thing clears, and then it's like
it's always another
there's
thing.
another one down the road.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I mean, it's interesting you say that because the front cover, the picture on the front of the album is fantastic, Jamie. The mountain, the band stood at the top of a mountain above the clouds, kind of having clarity. Is there kind of a message in that in terms of finding some kind of like viewpoints through all this kind of storm?
Oh, there's a lot of messages in this album, but I think for me personally, it's about not spending time with people like yourself and meeting other people, going places and experiencing other cultures and accepting other cultures. And we talked earlier about our experience in Amritsar when we went to the Golden Temple, the biggest Sikh temple in India.
Yeah, I mean,
which was one of the most incredible experiences of my life, where everyone is welcome. Doesn't matter who you are. They take you in, they feed you, they'll shelter you, they'll take care of you.
All these religions that they all share this kind of desire ultimately to look after other humans, you know, and it's kind of, it's the way it's pitched that they're different is ridiculous, you know. And this country is, I'm saying it again, this is the second time, it's so layered now, you know. You just have to accept it's not one thing, and it's just embrace that and educate yourself.
Why did you go to India? Was there a reason why you went there for a particular reason, or?
Yeah, I mean, Jamie really was the person that kind of prompted the question, the proposal.
I went. My wife was in India. She used to go with her mum a lot. They loved India, and they spent a month in Jaipur. And the day they were coming home, my mother-in-law had a stroke and ended up in hospital. So I flew out to Jaipur in 2022, and I spent I don't know 2 months in Jaipur with my wife.
We were actually
trying
in Serbia,
to,
weren't we,
you know,
we got the phone call.
We were in Serbia
Of all places.
shooting a video, and I got the call. I got the message from her saying, coming home tomorrow, can't wait to see you. And then I got a phone call, we're on our way to hospital. So anyway, I spent a long time in Jaipur in a very traumatic, having a very traumatic experience. But at the same time, I completely fell in love with Jaipur because it just blew my mind. And having that experience, I came back and I said to Damon, we need to go. And he said, yep. So then we went to India, first trip. And then in between the two trips, Damon's father died, and then my father died 10 days later. I said, okay, there's a theme to this record, clearly. And the whole concept of death in that part of the world is very different to the way we treat it over here.
Right.
You know, you're crying about the fact you're going to lose a family member and you won't see them in that form again, but you're also celebrating the fact that they will come back in a different form, the whole thing of reincarnation.
We visited extraordinary places like Varanasi on the Ganges, where traditionally in the Hindu religion, people take their family members to cremate them on the banks of the Ganges. And I took some of my father's ashes there to scatter them on the Ganges, because when I was growing up, my mum and dad were really... You know, I lived in Leytonstone. I lived next to an Indian family on one side and a Jamaican family on the other side. In the early 1970s, I went to a school, George Tomlinson, in Leytonstone, which was so multicultural, but even back then. So, and my parents were kind of, products of the 60s, so that Ravi Shankar was played in my house from a very early age. So there was always, for me, in the back of my mind, I was going to go to India at some point. I kind of got slightly delayed in that journey by travelling a lot in Africa and other places.
Do you guys travel well? Are you good travelling companions?
Yeah, we're great. And we started travelling together when we were doing our Monkey Journey to the West opera back in back in the early
2008, all around China.
We did five trips around China. We saw a lot of China, and it's just such a brilliant process to go with one of your best mates.
Yeah.
And just like kind of cook something up, you know, see what is it, how am I reacting to this, you know, what am I reading here in this culture that I can kind of somehow bring into my own culture and kind of, you know, play with it.
Celebrity race across the world, you guys?
Not really any of this. No travel programs.
Travel programs would be amazing. Not into that, Lee.
And
no. I am into the idea of it. And I've really enjoyed, you know, people like Simon Reeves. You know, I think really
Michael Palin did a jolly good travel program,
the original.
The original.
But for me, I'm kind of sort of more busy, sort of in there, you know, than talking about it immediately.
Yeah.
You know, there's a kind of sort of, there's a thing which I'm just not into that myself.